Hey there Potterpuffs, welcome back to my channel. Today it's a really exciting video because Fantastic Beasts has either just been released or it was released a few days ago. Either way, it is a very exciting time for us Potterheads, not Potterpuffs for once. And I just had to do a video all about Fantastic Beasts. I aim to do lots more of these. If I had more time, I would have done a couple more before the release. There's gonna be my top 10 favourite items, because I've got quite a few now. I'm also going to do a review of the film. I'd also really like to bake Jacob's bread because I have a recipe for that. Now, from the title of this video, you may realise that I didn't initially think I would like it, which I'm going to explain to you in a minute. But honestly, I love this new part of the franchise so much, and I was blown away, and that's why Fantastic Beasts is now so important to me. I didn't realise it was going to have an impact on me, but really, it's what started my love of Harry Potter back up again, reignited the fire, and that's why I am now doing what I'm doing. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, turn on the notifications bell, and also make sure that you give this video a big thumbs up if you do enjoy it. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what the reason is that you like Fantastic Beasts. Today I have got my new notepad. I use this for my YouTube ideas, so I actually use this notebook all the time. But it just so happens that today it's a Fantastic Beasts themed list. I also have my lovely Noble Collection Demiguise over here. I don't want to move him because he's set up nicely. And then we've got Niffles, who you saw on my calendar video. Thank you so much guys for nearly 60k on that video. I can't believe how much you enjoyed it. And we've also got the screenplay. Okay, so the first thing I needed to mention as number one was of course the fact that this movie is completely centralised around a Hufflepuff. Now obviously that is an ideal reason for me to like it. Before though, let me just put this out there. When I read the screenplay, guys, I wasn't sorted into a house, so I had no kind of connection to Hufflepuff at that point. I kind of thought of myself as a Gryffindor. The reason I like Fantastic Beasts has nothing to do with the fact that Newt is a Hufflepuff, but nowadays, obviously that is a bonus. I love the fact that now we've got a house for like every single part of the Potter universe, apart from Ravenclaw, which does need to be addressed. Let's hope there's another part of the Wizarding World that gets added for Ravenclaw. So we have got Harry Potter for Gryffindor, Fantastic Beasts for Hufflepuff, and Cursed Child for Slytherin. Now Newt is literally everything you would look for in a Hufflepuff. He's a bubbly, happy kind of person who is kind. He looks after all the animals and the magical creatures. So he is literally the perfect ambassador for our house. Another thing I really like about Newt is of course the fact he wears this absolutely awesome Hogwarts scarf, but Newt represents Hufflepuff absolutely perfectly. I couldn't have thought of a better character to represent our house other than Cedric, but you don't actually learn enough about him to see how he kind of is. We really have like no influential Hufflepuffs. So I got this notebook a while back and it had at the front the important Hufflepuffs from the series, and they couldn't even think of basically 4. They had Tonks, they had Cedric, and then it just jumped to Susan Bones, and I'm like, what? So this is literally one of my favourite things about the movie, and when I saw it I was just so happy. So I love the fact in Fantastic Beasts that we get to discover different parts of the world, the Wizarding World, in different parts of the world. So one thing that I loved was Makusa, and that clock. I don't know what it is about it, but I absolutely love the fact it goes across into like mortal peril. Wait, I'm thinking of the Weasley clock. You know what I mean? So basically that clock has it's colourful, looks amazing. I saw once that somebody had an actual clock of that clock. I just want it. I've got like a wall decor, I just need to put it up. And then they've got the elves like polishing the wands, and everything's so different. Obviously you've got the Nomage Muggle difference. So we could have like a fact book about every part of the world in Wizarding World form. And I also seem to think that even though Makusa isn't a great place, it's less corrupt than the Ministry of Magic. I'm thinking about this now and I'm like, no actually, because they sentenced Newt and Tina to death. Maybe not actually, I take that back. I absolutely always struggle with Fantastic Beasts to name my favourite character. Now Newt is of course 100% an amazing character, and I do kind of lean towards him being my favourite, but I've really got like, they're so close, the characters are so good in Fantastic Beasts. I really like them, to the point where I think I have actually more favourite characters in Fantastic Beasts than Harry Potter, which is so weird. But the character I'm referring to right now is Jacob. I love the fact that we have got a muggle as the central part of the story. Jacob is so relatable. It's so funny how he reacts to the wizarding world and how he gets pulled into it straight away. He basically drops his jaw every time he sees something new. And he just can't believe it. And that's how all of us would be when we step into that world if we didn't know about it. And when Jacob drinks the giggle water, that's hilarious. I absolutely love it. So I think really Jacob and Newt are equals. They're both very strong characters and I cannot wait to see more of them in Crimes of Grindelwald. So we can't do this video without mentioning something very important in the top 10, and it is of course the magical creatures. Now there are some amazing magical creatures. I think my favourite one, first of all, it does swap a lot, was definitely Pickett. Pickett is so cute and I love him. If I could have a Pickett just sat on my shoulder all the time, I would be happy. But then I say that about a lot of different characters out of movies. The one I probably want the most is not out of even Fantastic Beasts. I just want Baymax. Don't know if you relate to that, but if you do, let me know. Anyway, back to Fantastic Beasts. The Demiguise didn't used to be at the top of my list. I can't remember what did it for me with that. I think I've just rewatched the movie a lot of times and he's grown on me. His name's Dougal and I love it. And then Nifflers. I mean, who wouldn't want a Niffler in their life collecting money and jewellery for them? Other than the fact it will cause a lot of issues in society when he goes in and robs a bank. It would be awesome to have a Niffler that literally you come home at the end of the day after work, you probably wouldn't even need to work, and your Niffler's found like loads of money for you. That would be awesome. Now in the Crimes of Grindelwald, we of course get to see the baby Nifflers, and I'm so excited about this. I bought this one because of the colours. The colours are different and I love the baby ones, I think even more than the big Nifflers. I just think they're adorable. I can't wait to see them in the movie. Now here's the controversial part. I said at the beginning of this video that I didn't think I would like Fantastic Beasts. Why didn't I think I'd like Fantastic Beasts? Well, when I saw a trailer for it originally, when I was watching another film in the cinema, so a long time ago, I saw this come up. I didn't think it looked bad or anything like that. I watched the trailer. At the time, Potter wasn't at the forefront of my mind, but I didn't think it was going to be a great spin-off from Harry Potter. I'm not sure why. I thought, first of all, that Fantastic Beasts itself, the book, wasn't a part much of Harry's time at Hogwarts. I also thought that Newt probably wouldn't be a great character. And the main reason I didn't think I was going to like it was because it was set in the 1920s. And I don't really like any... I'm going to say I don't like history. No, I do like history, but that kind of era just didn't interest me. I just watched the trailer and went, didn't have any kind of particular excited feelings about it. But this is where you can tell it's an amazing story. So when, for Christmas, I got gifted this, I got gifted the screenplay, so I read this before I saw the film. That's the other controversial part, guys. I didn't actually watch it in the cinema. I wasn't bothered about it. I got the screenplay for Christmas, which I was really pleased about, and I read that like potentially just before New Year, and I read it in like a day. I'm not really a big reader. I have only really read the Harry Potter books, and then I used to read when I was younger. I haven't read any books for a long time. So I got this for Christmas. I thought, yeah, I can tackle this. You know, it's a screenplay, there's not many words. And for me, I like to be able to get through a book fast. So I felt like I was making really good progress with this and I enjoyed it so much. I barely could put it down. I think I took it to work with me when I was working over Christmas. I loved it from the offset. I just thought the characters were fantastic, the beasts were fantastic, and the storyline. I mean, I found it in book form quite hard to understand what was going on with Credence at the beginning, but no, I loved it, and I did then a couple of months later watch the film, and that just really cemented my complete admiration for what J.K. Rowling had done with the series and managed to add this on. I loved it. I think I bought a colouring book very soon after, and that's when I started beginning to collect more Potter merch again. Just all became a massive thing for me. I then sorted myself on Pottermore. I was loving life. Now, if we're being specific about Crimes of Grindelwald, I'm going to say that this new movie, and you may have seen it now when you're watching this video, it tells us more about Hogwarts and it tells us more about the backstory of the books. Now it's amazing how these two worlds are they are one, but they're becoming more one because we get to see Dumbledore's past, we get to see Hogwarts before Harry, and it just kind of adds to the puzzle pieces to build an even better picture of the Wizarding World as a whole. Now, when I first watched Fantastic Beasts, I didn't expect them to kind of bring them together. I thought that J.K. Rowling was going to want to keep them completely separate, but she would just add tiny little elements which would remind you of Harry Potter. But I'm loving the fact it's become one. We're going to see Newt at school, we're going to see young Dumbledore, and we're going to learn finally some more about Ariana and Grindelwald, who was mentioned in the books. It's going to really give us so much more Potter knowledge. So for once as well, guys, it's not going to be all about Voldemort. Now, we have had so many films and so many books, the books and the films, about Voldemort. He's just the person that everyone talks about, you know who, and for once, it's not going to be about him. We've got another bad guy to think about. So we've got two now. So we've got Grindelwald, we've got Voldemort, and I don't know who's actually going to be worse. I can't remember if Grindelwald's meant to be worse than Voldemort or not. I think they're very different, but it's going to be good to have somebody else to look at and see how they became bad in the Wizarding World. It's going to be weird to see Dumbledore's relationship with him. Now, Newt's suitcase is amazing because, for one, it can make us see an ordinary object in a completely different way. And I love the fact that he can just step into it and he's got a whole world inside of it. I mean, that just makes you use your imagination about things around us in the Muggle world, which could potentially turn into wizarding objects. I love the fact that it's got its Muggle-worthy switch. I really could do with that suitcase. And think how much you can store in it. I mean, it's like Hermione's bag on a much bigger level. If she could actually get inside her bag, that would be the same kind of thing. It would be amazing. I mean, we could have our whole Harry Potter collections in there. I would not run out of space anymore. Yes, I think we should all have Wizarding World suitcases where we can store all our magical creatures. It would be insane. We wouldn't even need a house. We could live in our own suitcases. I also just had to mention Pickett on his own. I touched on this earlier. Pickett is just an amazing character. I know I've already kind of said that, guys, but I'm just going to say it again because Pickett, to me, makes the movie very, very special, and I need to give him his own recognition. One thing I'm going to say is, though, I was replaying this year the Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets game, and they had bowtruckles in it. And they were the worst creatures to battle ever. I don't know if you played the old school Harry Potter games, but they were not nice. And also the drawing of Pickett, which is in the Fantastic Beasts illustrated book, they're not nice looking in that either. So I think they're kind of only cute in the movie because they talk about gouging your eyes out in Fantastic Beasts, the book. So I'm not sure really, but I love Pickett. So lastly, everything in Fantastic Beasts links together with Harry Potter. We get to learn about Dumbledore's history. Harry reads Newt's book at school. You get to see Hogwarts in a different era. You get to see different parts of the Wizarding World and how they are around the world. And it's just like a perfect picture that we're building up of so much more than we got from the Harry Potter books. So the more we watch these new instalments, and we've still got 3 more to go, the more we're going to learn. And with this and the Cursed Child, we're basically building up just a massive, well, it was already massive, even bigger Harry Potter Wizarding World in our minds, which is literally going to last forever. So that is my top 10 reasons for why I love Fantastic Beasts. I could list more. Those were the ones I could think of off the top of my head. I need to get down to that cinema and see Crimes of Grindelwald. So let me know what you thought of this video in the comments down below. And also, do you have any Fantastic Beasts inspired outfits? Today I'm wearing my Geek Gear t-shirt, which does glow in the dark. I have my Newt scarf from the studio tour and my Pickett earrings. So I've got lots more Fantastic Beasts and Crimes of Grindelwald videos to come. I have so many ideas for Christmas. It's a great time of the year for videos. And not forgetting the Funko Pop Advent Calendar will be with me very soon, which I'm going to unbox. I will see you very soon, Potter Puffs. Bye!